Hello, guys. I have something very interesting for you today. Have you ever sat down one day and realized that the career path you are on doesn't feel right? Or maybe you are in a course in school you don't enjoy. Maybe you have graduated, started a job, and every morning feels like a struggle. Or maybe you have looked at your future and thought, wait, is this really what I want to do for the rest of my life? If that sounds like you are not alone. So many students and graduates around the world come to this point where they feel like they have chosen the wrong career path. And today, I want us to talk about it honestly because the truth is, choosing the wrong career is not the end of your life and it is not the end of your dreams. It might just be the beginning of a new, better direction for you. But before we dive deep into this, please take a second and hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification so you don't miss any of our future videos. We are a practical mentorship to help students like you to succeed academically, professionally, and personally. And if you know a friend who is struggling with their career choices, share this video with them. It might exactly be what they really need to know right now. All right, let's get into it. First, let's be real. Why do so many people end up in a wrong career? There are so many reasons. Some students choose based on parental pressure. Maybe your parents said you must study medicine or you must study engineering, and because you wanted to please them, you agreed. But deep inside, you wasn't. It wasn't your passion. Some people follow their friends. If their best friend was going for law, they said, "Okay, I will do law as well." Others choose careers because of money. They hear that a certain profession makes a lot of money, and they jump into it without thinking about whether it truly fits them. Then there are those who simply didn't know what else to pick, so they choose something random. And here's the painful part: many students don't realize the mistake until years later. Imagine you spend 4 or 5 years in the university studying something you don't actually like, then maybe even 2 or 3 years working in that field, only to wake up one day and realize you are unhappy. That can feel crushing. You may feel like you wasted years of your time, but I want to tell you something very, very important. No experience is truly wasted. Even if you studied the wrong thing or you started in the wrong career, everything you have learned, every skill you have built, and every connection you have made can still be useful. You just need to learn how to pivot. So, how do you know you are actually in the wrong career path? Let me share some signs. If you wake up every day dreading your work or your classes, that's a big sign. If you find yourself constantly daydreaming about doing something else, pay attention. If you are good at what you do but you feel no joy, no excitement, no sense of fulfillment, it's worth asking why. And if your career path doesn't align with your values, for example, maybe you care about helping people but you are stuck in a job that feels empty or disconnected from that, then it might be the wrong path. Now, here's the good news. You can change direction. It might not be easy, but it is possible. Let's go step by step. The first step is acknowledgement. You have to be honest with yourself and admit, yes, this isn't working for me. Many people stay in denial because they don't want to upset their parents, or they are afraid of what people will say, or they are worried about the time and money they have already invested. But if you don't acknowledge the problem, you will stay stuck forever. The second step is self-reflection. Ask yourself, what are my strengths? What activities make me feel alive? What skills come naturally to me? What do I value most in life? Security, creativity, helping others, innovation, freedom? These questions are crucial because sometimes you might discover that while you picked the wrong career, you still develop skills that can be transferred to another one. For example, maybe you studied accounting but discovered you actually love teaching. Guess what? The discipline, structure, and problem solving skills you learned in accounting can make you an excellent teacher, especially in areas like mathematics or business studies. The third step is exploration. Don't jump blindly from one career to another. Take time to research. Talk to professionals in fields you are curious about. Do informational interview, watch videos, read articles, even try internship, volunteer work or side projects to test the waters. Let me give you a real example. There was a student who studied pharmacy because her parents insisted, but while in school, she realized she loved writing. Instead of throwing away her degree, she started a health blog, writing about medical topics for everyday people. Today, she works full time as a medical writer, combining her scientific background with her passion for communication. That's what I mean by exploration. You don't have to throw away everything. You can build on what you have. Right. The fourth step is planning. Once you have an idea of the new direction you want, make a plan. If it requires further studies, how will you get them? If it requires networking, who do you need to connect with? If it requires building a portfolio, how will you do it? So planning gives you clarity and makes the shift less scary. Now, the fifth step is execution. Take small but consistent actions. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. If you want to transition into tech, start by taking an online course. If you want to become a writer, start writing articles online. If you want to teach, volunteer at tutoring center. The key is to start moving, even if the steps feel small. Over time, they will add up. Now, let's deal with the fear of wasted years. Many students say, but I have already spent 5 years studying this course. I can't just abandon it. Let me tell you something. You are not abandoning it, you are redirecting it. So, no matter how wrong your career path may seem, there are always lessons and skills you can carry into the future. Think about Steve Jobs. He once took a calligraphy class that seemed completely useless at that time, but years later, when he created the Apple computer, that knowledge of beautiful fonts became one of Apple's signature strengths. Nothing is wasted. Another example, maybe you studied law but later realized that you want to go into business. Do you know how powerful it is to have legal knowledge in the business world? You will understand contracts, negotiations, and rights better than most. Or maybe you studied engineering but discovered you want to work in finance. Guess what? Your analytical and problem solving skills are a big asset. So you don't see it as a wasted time, see it as a preparation for something better. And if you are worried about what people will say, remember this: it is your life, not theirs. At the end of the day, you are the one who will live the consequences of your career choice. Not your parents, not your friends, not society. People may criticize you at first, but when they see you thriving in something you truly enjoy, they will understand. Now, let's talk about something very important: timing. Is it too late to change your career path? The answer is no. Some people realize in their first year in the university and make a switch immediately. Others finish their degree, work for a few years, and then pivot. Some people even change careers in their 30s, 40s, or 50s. The point is, it's never too late as long as you are willing to learn and adapt. Here is a story. A man studied medicine because his parents forced him. He practiced for several years but was never happy. In his mid 30s, he decided to follow his true passion, which was photography. Today, he's a world renowned photographer whose work has been featured globally. Imagine if he stayed stuck in medicine just because he thought it was too late. So, what can you do starting today if you feel you're on the wrong career path? Here are some practical steps. 1. Write down the things you enjoy and the things you are good at. 2. Talk to at least 3 professionals in fields you are curious about. 3. Take one small action towards exploring that field: an online course, a volunteer role, or a project. 4. Update your resume to highlight transferable skills. 5. Start building a network in that new area. And let me emphasize, quit your current career path recklessly without a plan. You need to transit wisely. If you are still in school, you can start exploring before graduating. If you're already working, you can prepare for your switch while still earning your salary. The key is balance. Keep moving towards your goal while managing your responsibilities. To wrap this up, I want you to remember something. Choosing the wrong career path is not failure, it's feedback. It's life showing you that you need to adjust your direction. And sometimes that detour gives you more strength, more skills, and more wisdom than if you had gotten it right the first time. Your career is not a straight line, it's a journey, and every twist and turn can bring you closer to where you are meant to be. So, if you feel stuck today, don't panic. Don't feel like it's too late. Don't fear. Don't hold back. Take a deep breath, reflect on who you are, and take one small step towards a career that excites you, fulfills you, and aligns with your true self. Thank you so much for watching. If this video spoke to you, please like, share, and drop a comment below telling me where you are in your career journey. Are you feeling stuck? Are you exploring? Or you have already made a switch? Let's build a community where we support each other in this process. And of course, subscribe to this channel for more honest guidance on academics, careers, and life. Remember, your career path is yours to shape, and even if you started on the wrong road, you can always change direction and create a future you are proud of.